Here at the Masternodes, we are not making any claims as to income you may earn. Before entering any agreement, please use caution and seek the advice of a professional advisor, such as attorney or financial advisor.
Please ensure your own research is done before investing any money into the market. What is going on, guys? Thank you guys for tapping into today's podcast news of the week. My name is Ryan Prendez. This is my boy Nestor Sanchez,
What's up, guys?
and we are the Master Nodes. Again, thank you guys for tapping in. We much appreciate it as always. And remember to follow our personal social media accounts to stay up to date with us. Mine is at Rye the Crypto Guy, and my boy's Nestor's is at Master Node One. Make sure to stay to the end to hear some additional resources we provide to get you guys a little bit more zoned into cryptocurrency. But without further ado, I'm gonna let my boy Nestor start off with news of the week this week.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's news. First, we want to shout out CoinDesk for always providing us with up-to-date news. And today's article conveniently comes from CoinDesk. So I'll be talking about the FDIC. For those of you who don't know, that's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Those are the people who actually they insure your money that is in a bank. Most banks have these FDIC insurance, and the reason they have it is because if something were to happen to the money in your bank, they would actually dollar for dollar, they're able to insure that money that's in the bank, but only up to 100K per account. So the FDIC chairman, Martin Gruenberg, um, he's actually talking about evaluating crypto risk as one of the top priorities for 2022. This is because the rapid introduction of a variety of crypto assets or digital assets produced today, they could pose a significant safety and soundness financial system risk, according to Gruenberg. Basically, this is such a concern for them because they are the ones insuring the US dollar. So with all these things, financial resources coming out with cryptocurrency, where do they stand on, Bitcoin, if they're able to insure this in banks, and all this stuff? Basically, they want to make sure that this is a priority. It is absolutely imperative that the federal banking agencies consider the different types of risks that could be posed by these products, and how can they insert themselves and be useful in a new age like these that we are seeing today. So something else that he said was, to the extent that such activities can be conducted in a safe and sound manner, the agencies will need to provide guidance to the banking industry on management, consumer protection, risks they are raised by these cryptocurrency activities. I'm pretty sure what he means by that is the volatility, right? How are you able to ensure something that is going fluctuating up and down as much as it does? But another thing that they want to talk about is the stable coins, right? They still don't know if they're able to insure these stable coins, even though they're backed one by one for the US dollar. So some of these stable coins like Tether, they're not actually backed by the US dollar, but they're backed by crypto value. So how would they be able to back something that's backed by crypto? Some of them, like USDT, they're literally one for one. So if I have one US dollar, that equals one USDC. So there's a lot of things up in the air right now. But the whole point of this is to bring awareness to these big corporations that are insuring us, that are making sure that everybody's safe. We're going to see a lot of new regulations and rules come out because there's no hiding cryptocurrency anymore. It's here, and it's either you move with it or you move out of the way. What do you think about today's news, Ryan?
No, definitely 100% agree with you on it. I feel like it's something that they should have been looking into, actually for quite some time.
Mhm.
It's from day one, to be honest. But the fact that we're here now and they're trying to see how they could work with it, could be a potential win for the crypto community. But at the same time, it could also be very damaging to the crypto community because as our government programs and entities and or federal programs and entities are looking into it, they could actually easily say at any point, this is not for us. The federal government could say, cryptocurrency, we don't think it's a good thing. We don't want it to be in this country, and they could ban it, and it could lead to a lot of people getting affected, and a lot of fear amongst the market. And so it's definitely not something that you want to take lightly, but something that you want to take into account for sure, because like I said, it could go one of both ways. We don't
And I see this,
necessarily. No, go
sorry,
ahead.
I see this actually as a pretty good sign, you know. I think it's like, okay, they've gotten to the point where they're like, everybody's asking me about this crypto stuff, so we're gonna have to set something specific, because it's got to the point where we can't just be like, oh, we'll blow it over till next year, right? They've gotten to the point where it's like, okay, we have to make a decision on this now because it's affecting so much already, right? So I think it's gained to the point where it has so much momentum that they can't ignore it anymore.
And
And I think, yeah, that's going to
yeah,
be a
I
great.
think what's good is that we do have a lot of lawmakers that are in the federal government that do support cryptocurrency and cryptocurrency transactions, or just blockchain decentralization use in any environment within our federal government. There's quite a few that do support it, lawmakers, and so we could kind of see that there is some support of cryptocurrency within the federal community. Now, in terms of if that support is enough, or if that support really is going to help drive the cryptocurrency revolution, it's kind of hard to say. Time will tell with this. It being a new market and having this much exposure to the world in such a short amount of time will kind of pick up governments and get people's attention in cryptocurrency. And we do always hope for the best, and we'll kind of see where it goes. But good. It's a good sign for us to see that the federal government is now interested in looking at all these things. It's just a matter of time to see where they're going to go in terms of regulations. Another article we wanted to go ahead and talk about was an article written by Ayon Ashraf. Ashraf wrote, Google Cloud said it's adding virtual machine threat detection, or VMTD, which will help detect threats, including malware that mines cryptocurrency on a compromised account. So what is VMTD? VMTD is a first to market detection capability for a major cloud provider that provides agentless memory scanning to help to detect threats like mining crypto malware inside of your virtual machines running on Google Cloud, according to a blog post from Google. The move comes from after a company said in November that compromised Google Cloud accounts were used by 86% of malicious actors to mine cryptocurrencies. VMTD will also be able to protect Google platform cloud users against attacks such as data exfiltration and ransomware, the blog post said. The measure is being rolled out as a public preview, and Google will integrate VMTD with other parts of its service over the next few months. So this article is just one of those other articles that I find really interesting. Especially this week, we've seen a lot of rollout, like Nestor said, from the federal government in terms of the FDIC being interested in cryptocurrency threats. So now we're seeing actually Google step out and say, we've noticed these threats as well. Not necessarily threats to the economy, but threats to our individual users. They're actually rolling out a program that's going to help the users detect these threats if they need to be detected and notified. So honestly, I feel that we're seeing these tech giants step up to the plate when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Exchanges aren't always going to be able to provide the best of security, and we can't rely on just exchanges and these cryptocurrency wallets to kind of support our security when it comes to cryptocurrency. There's many ways that an individual can easily secure their crypto offline so no one has access to it, but not everyone has that option. Not everyone wants that option because it makes it very inconvenient to access the cryptocurrency if you need to access it quickly, especially if it's on especially if it's offline. So I think that with these cloud platforms kind of stepping up, such as Google, for security purposes, I think it's going to bring a lot of potential interest to cryptocurrency users to actually utilize these cloud services more, because the security is behind the cloud platform 100%, which bring a little bit more peace of mind to its users. What do you think, Nestor?
Yeah, I think there definitely needs to be like a big shakedown, I think, because before people would get hacked by specifically giving out whether it be like your credit card information from someone who they thought was T-Mobile, or they thought it was their bank. And I think now we're getting a lot of like people hacking for data. They're hacking for storage use. They're hacking for like these people, they hack other people's accounts, and they use their processing power to actually mine cryptocurrency. So there has to be a new perspective as to what stealing is. And I think cloud platforms like Google and all these things, they're stepping up to the plate, and they're learning about the different ways that other people are actually using their scams to get money. So I'm glad that we're seeing a lot more growth in terms of this specifically. And data is the new gold, what people say. The people who are stealing data, they're able to make fortunes off this because other people need this data. They want it to give you ads, they want it to market to you, and all these different things, and people will pay for that. And I'm glad we're getting a little boost in security, much needed. um, that kind of wraps up today's podcast, but we're also going to talk about the crypto top weekly highs. So for the top 5, we're going to talk about the weekly highs. We have Bitcoin hitting around 44,200, which is a good actually boost. We've seen it to below 40,000, and we're finally seeing it break out a bit in terms of that 40,000 support line. We also have ETH at 3,100, looking nice. We have BNB, which is Binance. It's at 437. ADA, which is Cardano, at $1.20. And we have actually XRP coming up and taking Solana's spot at 79 cents. And it's honestly been a lot of growth in the market in general. We're seeing more and more people starting to understand that this is a great time to get in. And businesses and FDIC and all this news coming out of people trying to understand Bitcoin and cryptocurrency more. I think that's obviously some bullish news that we're going to see a lot of coming in these next coming years and next coming weeks, I'm pretty sure as well.
Yeah. And that kind of wraps up today's podcast news of the week. Thank you guys for tapping in with us. Remember to follow and subscribe to our personal social media accounts on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Twitter, all at the Master Nodes. Visual podcast experience can be found on YouTube, and our audio podcast experience can be found on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and all your other favorite podcast sources. Also, remember to visit our website, www.themasternodes.com, and subscribe to our email list to receive the latest and greatest cryptocurrency information. Thank you guys for tapping in. Much appreciated as always. See you guys next time, and bless up.